Lewis Hamilton's crash gives interesting feedback to Ferrari. More news on Max's rumored move, and Williams is looking up with big upgrade in place. Do consider subbing to the channel. Let's get into the latest F1 news. Lewis Hamilton recently faced a significant shift in his racing career as he prepares to join Ferrari, marking a historic moment in Formula One. Following his final race for Mercedes in Abu Dhabi, Hamilton shared an emotional embrace with McLaren boss Zak Brown, signaling the end of an era. As we look ahead to the F1 2025 season, it's clear that the competition is heating up, particularly between McLaren and Ferrari, both strong contenders for the World Constructors' Championship. McLaren team principal Andrea Stella is readying his team not just to compete, but to create challenges for Hamilton and Ferrari. After a thrilling finale to the 2024 season, where McLaren managed to secure the Constructors' Championship with an impressive performance, Stella emphasized that the team's focus is firmly set on the future. He acknowledged the level of excitement surrounding Hamilton's switch, admitting that as a former employee at Ferrari, he feels a heightened sense of anticipation for the upcoming battles on the track. Hamilton's move to Ferrari adds an intriguing dynamic as he transitions from a team that has molded him into a 7-time world champion to one of the most iconic teams in the sport's history. Stella reflected on the significance of this transition, expressing his appreciation for the historical implications of Hamilton racing in red. He emphasized that this excitement must translate into effective preparation as both teams gear up for what promises to be a fierce season ahead. As the new season approaches, many fans and analysts are discussing the key factors that led Hamilton to leave Mercedes for Ferrari. Whether it's a strategic career move or a quest for new challenges, the implications surrounding his move are immense. While McLaren secured their title in the last race of the 2024 season, they are keenly aware of the threat Ferrari poses, especially with Hamilton behind the wheel. Addressing the competitive landscape, Stella affirmed that his team will not ease up on the pressure. In fact, they intend to make things difficult for Ferrari right from the start. In summary, as we enter this exciting new chapter in Formula One, the rivalry between McLaren and Ferrari is set to intensify with Hamilton's arrival at Ferrari. With both teams eager to establish dominance on the track, fans can expect a season filled with thrilling races, strategic battles, and unforgettable moments as these legendary teams go head-to-head once again. The excitement around McLaren is palpable as they prepare for the upcoming season. Team principal Stella has expressed confidence, promising, "On our side, we will try and make life a little bit difficult." This suggests that McLaren is ready to challenge their rivals, particularly with the launch of the MCL 39, boasting a very extreme design meant to give them a competitive edge. What does this extreme design entail? Italian publication Gazzetta has pointed out that McLaren seems to have strategically identified overlaps in the 2025 and 2026 regulations. By working within these rules, they're positioning themselves to gain legal advantages and potentially a head start for the future. The impact of McLaren's new design remains to be seen, with Ferrari also embracing a bold developmental strategy, notably enhancing their pull rod suspension. The competition is heating up. Will Lewis Hamilton and Ferrari's combined forces prove to be an unstoppable duo, and can Lando Norris elevate McLaren to new heights? These are the intriguing questions heading into 2025. Lewis Hamilton is certainly back on track, recently utilizing his platform for good while also keeping fans on their toes. Following a surprise crash during testing with Ferrari, fans can breathe a sigh of relief. It's all part of the learning curve as he gears up for his third test with the Scuderia. Nico Rosberg has thrown his support behind Hamilton, commenting that the driver has put himself back in the game with this bold move to Ferrari. With every test, Hamilton is not just seeking redemption, but also fine-tuning what may be a pivotal moment in his illustrious career. As we approach the start of the season, anticipation is building. The combination of Hamilton's experience and Ferrari's innovations sets the stage for a thrilling championship race. Will McLaren rise to the challenge, or will Ferrari dominate? One thing's for sure, the road ahead is full of possibilities, and we can't wait to see how this thrilling season unfolds. Lewis Hamilton fans have reason to rejoice, thanks to a surprising twist regarding his recent crash during testing with Ferrari in Barcelona. In the world of Formula One, Hamilton's move from Mercedes to Ferrari has been a topic of much discussion. While the crash might seem alarming at first glance, analysts are suggesting it's a positive sign for the seven-time world champion. During a 3-day private test at the Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya, Hamilton faced his first major challenge with Ferrari. On the second day, he experienced a crash at the high-speed final turn, which inflicted damage to the SF23, Ferrari's F1 2023 contender. This incident not only disrupted Hamilton's testing schedule, but also affected his teammate Charles Leclerc, who couldn't complete his planned afternoon run. The decision to bring Hamilton on board at Ferrari, parting ways with Carlos Sainz, has sparked considerable debate among fans and experts alike. High-profile figures in the sport, including ex-team principals and former F1 team bosses, have weighed in on the rationale behind this bold choice. Despite the criticism and concerns associated with Hamilton's crash, Formula One analyst Peter Windsor is urging fans to adopt a more optimistic perspective. Windsor argues that rather than viewing the incident as a setback, supporters should be excited about how quickly Hamilton acclimated to his new team. He believes that the crash is a testament to Hamilton's comfort and eagerness to push the limits of the car. Windsor expressed his perspective in a recent commentary, emphasizing that Hamilton's off-track incident shouldn't overshadow the overall performance at his first test. He described the crash as a very, very good test for Lewis, and reassured fans that the experience, although unfortunate, showcases Hamilton's determination to excel in his new environment. As Hamilton embarks on this new chapter with Ferrari, the expectations are as high as they have ever been. 9. There are pressing tasks ahead, including acclimatizing to the team's dynamics, tuning the car to his driving style, and meeting the lofty ambitions that Ferrari holds for the upcoming F1 season. With the season fast approaching, the anticipation surrounding Hamilton's debut with Ferrari is building. As he navigates through these early challenges, fans are reminded that moments like these are crucial for growth and adaptation in Formula One. So, 9. While the crash may have raised eyebrows, it's also an opportunity for Hamilton to further hone his skills as he races toward a successful future with Ferrari. In the end, the excitement surrounding Hamilton's new venture suggests that his journey with Ferrari may yield exhilarating outcomes. Stay tuned, because with Hamilton in the mix, there's bound to be plenty of thrilling action on the track in the coming season. Lewis Hamilton's recent venture with Ferrari has sparked significant conversation within the motorsport community. Despite the challenges facing the 2023 Ferrari, Hamilton has expressed renewed enthusiasm. It's not just the car, but his synergy with the team that excites him. He has mentioned a sense of belonging, feeling more in tune with his vehicle than he has in years. Hamilton's connection with the road and the car has reignited his passion for racing. The past few years with Mercedes had their share of ups and downs, but now he seems to have rediscovered that essential link that makes a driver truly one with their car. This newfound confidence is pivotal, especially with the intense competition he faces, including his former team, McLaren. In a surprising twist, Kimi Antonelli, a young talent, has stepped in, taking over Hamilton's previous seat at Mercedes. This transition signals a new chapter not only for Hamilton, but also for the F1 landscape as emerging talents make their mark. Hamilton has felt a resurgence in his career, and he's now ready to re-establish himself as a formidable competitor with Ferrari. His words echo the sentiment that he's keen to utilize his platform for positive changes within the sport. As Hamilton gears up for his next test with Ferrari, the anticipation is palpable. Fans are eager to see how he will engage in what promises to be a thrilling competition with McLaren and beyond. Hamilton's bid for redemption is set against a backdrop of high stakes, with rivalries rekindled and fierce competition on the horizon. So, as the new season approaches, all eyes will be on Hamilton and his partnership with Ferrari. Will this next chapter redefine his legacy? One thing's for sure, with Hamilton at the wheel, viewers can expect nothing short of electrifying races. Stay tuned as his journey unfolds. Could Max Verstappen's future be taking a turn towards Aston Martin? Recently, Guenther Steiner, the former Haas team principal, had some intriguing advice for the Red Bull star. He suggested that Verstappen consider a move to Aston Martin, emphasizing that even if he were to finish last, he could still end up with an astonishing $1 billion. Despite being tied to Red Bull through 2028, Verstappen's name has been floating around as a potential candidate for a switch to Mercedes last season, and it seems that speculation isn't about to die down. As the new year unfolded, a report emerged from the Daily Mail stating that Aston Martin is courting potential sponsors with claims that Verstappen will join their ranks for an astonishing deal said to be worth $1 billion. Yet, Aston Martin swiftly denied these rumors. More insight came from respected F1 journalist Mark Hughes, who added to the intrigue by suggesting that discussions between Verstappen and Aston Martin are indeed ongoing. He even hinted that a deal could be a very real possibility. If Verstappen does make the leap to Aston Martin, it would mark a reunion with Adrian Newey, the mastermind engineer behind all four of Verstappen's championship-winning Red Bulls. Steiner weighed in on the situation, hinting at the potential for financial gain. He argued that for such a massive amount, Verstappen should seriously consider the move, even if it means sacrificing his current success with Red Bull. $1 billion is a big number, Steiner elaborated, insisting that even finishing at the back of the pack would be worth it. Some of them cannot afford him, obviously. Aston Martin can afford him, he added. However, Steiner expressed skepticism about the feasibility of such a $1 billion offer. He suggested that while the figure might be exaggerated, it's clear that Aston Martin would be willing to put forth a substantial amount. The $1 billion? Yeah, it's a little bit putting it high because that would set a record which will never be broken again. But I'm sure Aston Martin will pay a good amount of money for him, Steiner said. Interestingly, Verstappen's camp has downplayed the likelihood of a $1 billion offer, stating simply, "It would be nice, but we haven't received that offer yet." As this story continues to evolve, the chessboard of F1 drivers might see some significant shifts in the near future, and Verstappen's potential move could further shake up an already dynamic landscape. Stay tuned for more updates on this developing situation. As we dive into the latest buzz around Max Verstappen's future in Formula One, many fans are asking, could he make a move to Aston Martin? Speculation suggests he might replace either Fernando Alonso or Lance Stroll, but things aren't that simple. Fernando Alonso has a solid contract that runs until 2026, while Lance Stroll appears to have an open-ended deal, thanks in part to his father, team owner Lawrence Stroll. Guenther Steiner, the team principal, believes making such changes is unlikely, stating, "I don't think Fernando will go, and I don't think they replace Lance." The earliest we might see Verstappen join Aston Martin is 2027, leaving plenty of time for twists and turns in this saga. However, there's no guarantee that Aston Martin will be competitive by then. Steiner remarks, "There is no guarantee for Max that Aston Martin will be good, which raises questions about whether Verstappen would want to move to a team that's not at the front of the pack." Taking a step back, Helmut Marko from Red Bull emphasizes the importance of keeping their star driver happy. He has made it clear that Verstappen is only interested in being behind the wheel of the fastest car on the grid. Marko stated, "We have to provide him with a car with which he is able to win under his own steam." It shows just how crucial it is for Red Bull to maintain a competitive edge over other teams, given that Verstappen might not stick around if they fail to deliver. The pressure on Red Bull is significant, especially as they strive to ensure their new car is consistently competitive on every track, unlike last year's challenges. Marko mentions, "If we don't succeed, there is no reason for Max to stay with us." In F1, contracts and driver movements are like a game of chess. As teams strategize and plan for the future, the balance of power can shift rapidly. Max's potential switch to Aston Martin could change the landscape entirely, depending on how things unfold in the next few years. So, can we expect a partnership between Verstappen and Alonso, or is the more likely scenario his continuation at Red Bull? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure, the electric atmosphere of Formula One never offers a dull moment. Carlos Sainz is shaking things up at Williams as he gears up for his first season with the team in Formula One 2025. After making way for the legendary Lewis Hamilton at Ferrari, Sainz wasted no time in implementing what he amusingly calls an upgrade for his partnership with teammate Alex Albon. With Ferrari allowing Sainz to leave early, he made his debut for Williams during the postseason test in Abu Dhabi last December. Fast forward to a recent private test at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya, where Sainz shared the track with Albon, preparing for what promises to be an exciting fourth season for the Grove-based squad. Just days before this test, Hamilton's dramatic crash at the same circuit created quite the buzz. Despite the chaos surrounding the sport, Sainz's transition to Williams is drawing both intrigue and optimism, particularly regarding the dynamic he will have with Albon. Reflecting on his prior partnerships, Sainz's friendly rapport with Lando Norris during their time at McLaren was well known. Fans fondly dubbed them Carlando. Similarly, he maintained a mostly cooperative relationship with Charles Leclerc at Ferrari. As Sainz and Albon gear up for the upcoming season, there's anticipation for how they will gel together on and off the track. Interestingly, the duo hasn't yet solidified a common nickname. Albon recently playfully referred to himself and Sainz as Thai Sweet Chili on social media, an amusing reference to Albon's heritage and Sainz's famed chili moniker. However, Sainz's proposal to upgrade their union to Carbono adds a fresh twist to their budding relationship. In a fun exchange captured on Williams' social media, Sainz emphasized the need for an upgrade. "We need to upgrade it to Carbono." It's cheerfully indicative of his approach as he embraces this new chapter with Williams. As Sainz prepares for this exciting adventure, the question swirling in fans' minds remains: will this upgrade lead to a powerful and fruitful partnership on the racetrack? Stay tuned. Carlos Sainz has made quite the impression as he gears up to join Williams for the 2025 Formula One season. In a recent statement, he expressed his thoughts about the team's new branding direction, suggesting that Carbono holds significant promise for the upgrade they need. Forward, he emphasized how while Carbonara was fun, it lacked the seriousness required for a competitive edge. Albon, echoing Sainz's sentiment, agreed, signifying a united front as they prepare for the upcoming season. Looking ahead, excitement is buzzing around Williams as they revealed their new car, the FW47, will debut at Silverstone on February 14th. This launch comes just 4 days before F1's inaugural collective season launch event in London. The FW47 will feature a unique one-off color scheme during the British Grand Prix, with teams being restricted from showcasing their permanent liveries until the event at the O2 Arena on February 18th. Additionally, the team has recently expanded its sponsorship portfolio, welcoming Spanish bank Santander, which has historical ties to both Sainz and the sport. Previously a partner with Ferrari, Santander's alliance with Williams signals a new chapter filled with opportunities and expectations. As Sainz embraces this transition, he faces the challenge of adjusting to his new role within the Williams setup. Reports suggest Sainz's first season is likely to be difficult, but the determination he has shown on the track could prove beneficial as the team looks to make a significant impact in 2025. In the world of motorsport, perceptions can often overshadow reality. There's an ongoing debate about whether Sainz's talent is fully recognized within the F1 community. Time will tell whether he can shine alongside his new teammates and dispel any doubts about his value. So, whether it's Carbono or the rallying back of sponsorship support, Carlos Sainz's story is just beginning. As fans, we can only wait and see how this exciting new chapter unfolds. Will Sainz's efforts pay off, and will Williams emerge as strong contenders on the racetrack? Stay tuned for the action ahead.